What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Saving Men's Lives Network. Today we got a video from the Beautiful Lies YouTube channel. Without further ado, let's get it.
But I got a guilty pleasure show, and I love this show. Y'all let me know. Have you all ever seen this? You guys ever watch this? Naked and Afraid is one of El Guapo's favorite shows, man. I love this show. Imagine Survivor on steroids with no prize money. That's Naked and Afraid. And I've got to be honest with you. I love Naked and Afraid primarily because the primitive survival skills that need to be employed to survive with no clothes, nothing. And they do it for free, son. Like lately, they've started doing competitions. I'm watching a season now with Labea, and there's $100,000 prize money. But for years, you just did it for bragging rights. Like, yo, I went on there, I survived. Well, I think how long was it initially? Was it 12 days, 14 days, 15 days? I can't remember. Now they do the big ones. They do the Naked and Afraid XL and all that stuff where they're out there in Africa for 30 days, man. They got to
I want you guys to hang in there because he's building up to something very important. Stick with him.
build a, what is it called? A booma. Like the, is it a booma? Not a Burma. It's a booma, which is like the thorn bushes around their campsite to keep lions and stuff away. This is my show. And there's something that really strikes me when it comes to Naked and Afraid. And it's something I experienced when I went through combat survival training. Is an appreciation for the world around them. Drop me a 2. Has anybody here ever been hunting? Not fishing, because this doesn't really happen with fishing, but hunting in particular. Has anybody ever been hunting? You know, pheasants, you know, boar, deer, stuff like that. Drop me a 2 if you've ever been hunting here in the chat. And while you're doing that, do me a favor and hit the like button. I'd appreciate it. We got 83 people in the chat and 45 likes. We can do better. Cool. Zeta's Nintendo has been hunting. Mr. Sir has been hunting. Let me tell you something. When I went through combat survival training, the first 4 days were survival. They had us in large groups, like 10 to 12 people. We had to build our own shelter and everything, but having 10, 12 people, you can get a lot of stuff done. And guess what? We weren't naked. We had our battle dress on, all that stuff. You know what I mean? And they gave us 2 rabbits. And the rabbits were alive. And it was our job to delete these rabbits, you know, which is the best way is to hold them by their hind legs, get a blunt object, like a big stick or log, and strike them right in the back of the head behind the ears. So they're hanging upside down, whack. And when they do that, you know that they are gone because the red liquid that comes out of people and animals' bodies starts leaking from their nose and mouth and stuff like that. And honestly, that was the first time I ever took anything's life. And when I did, there was a sense of, man, this rabbit gave up its life for me to live another day or two through protein and sustenance and stuff like that. And I remember thanking the rabbit. I was like, man, thank you for, giving your life in this circle of life, this food chain, for me to subsist for the next day or two. And when I watch Naked and Afraid, maybe because it's the primitive survival skills, they do the same exact thing. When they have, they catch game and stuff like that, they always put their hand on the game, almost always. Thank you for giving your life so that, I can live. It's an appreciation of life. I believe that is a very human thing and thought process that you're seeing displayed real time on shows like this, that I felt real time going through combat survival training. And it makes sense to me because life is valuable. It's extremely valuable.
For those of you unfamiliar with El Guapo, he is ex-Air Force, me being the ex-Navy. That makes him my brother at arms, so shout out to him. He's also from the Baltimore area. I'm from VA, so he's not that far from where I am geographically. He's also a passport bro in good standing. He and his wife, Labea, who I believe is Colombian. Shout out to both of them. Shout out to their infant son, Guapito. But yeah, fellas, we're going somewhere important, so please hang in there.
But unfortunately, I'm seeing these days that, guess what? There are things in the air, there are things in the works that society is going left. It's absolutely going left. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This is going to be uncomfortable, but I want you to watch. Check this out.
Come with me to Planned Parenthood and get rid of this baby that had no business having in the first motherfucking place. So let me tell y'all something. Pull-out method is not good because clearly everything was not pulled the fuck out. And then you can't trust them uncut niggas because something probably was underneath the foreskin or something that snuck up in me. I'm so confused. I didn't even get nutted and I'm still pregnant. I'm still sitting here reading all this paperwork. Like, getting an abortion is such a long process for no reason. This is not my first time at the rodeo. This is body number 2. At this point, call me King Von because I'm just...
Wow.
The cavalierness that this woman is using when talking about early termination of her unborn child. Naked people in the wild on a TV show have more respect for life from animals than you do from the human being that is growing within you. The way that you were talking about this, listen, whether you're pro-life, you're pro-choice, your decision, God gave everybody free will. Not my decision. But to not respect the life at all is a sad, sad day. And you cannot tell me that this is a normal human way of thinking. You cannot tell me.
No, brother, you're exactly right. Demons do walk among us. And sometimes they invade the flesh of living people.
That there are not other forces that are at hand when it comes to a conversation and a way of speaking like this. I just hear me out. Hear me out. Team, I see all the love and support. Give me just a moment. I want to get through this. Give me a moment. Give me one moment. Here we go.
And then you can't trust them uncut niggas because something probably was underneath the foreskin or something that snuck up in me. I'm so confused. I didn't even get nutted and I'm still pregnant. I'm still sitting here reading all this paperwork. Like, getting an abortion is such a long process for no reason. This is not my first time at the rodeo. This is body number 2. At this point, call me King.
This is body number 2. At this point, call me King Von, man. Wow. Let's go.
Von, because I'm just catching bodies out here, okay? What a crazy story. Like, they doing all this, ask you all these questions. You got a peanut cup, take a pregnancy test. You got to get an ultrasound. They prove that you have a baby in you. Let me ask y'all a question, Planned Parenthood. Why would I come all the way up here if I ain't think I was pregnant? Why am I scheduling an abortion if there's not a baby inside me? Got me laid out on the table, my legs, cooch, hairies, a motherfucker. Like, then it's a transvaginal because the baby's so dang small. And I hate them things. Like, I feel like you're getting fucked, but without the enjoyment. And I've been fucked enough.
She says it feels like getting hunched without the enjoyment, and I've been hunched enough, yo. And she literally documented this and put it out on the internet for everybody to see. You cannot tell me. I don't care how intelligent you are. I don't care the level of degrees that you have. I don't care about your life experience. You cannot tell me this is normal behavior for a human being. When I felt something taking the life of a rabbit, not for recreation, not because it was an inconvenience to me, but to be able to consume it, myself and my team, to live for a few more days. You cannot tell me there are not other forces that are at hand. I know this may be unpopular and you may unsubscribe, and I get it, but I have a responsibility with this platform to tell y'all the truth. There is a war against our women that is unseen. I'm telling y'all. Let's go.
Like, look, it's a whole little ass baby inside me. And unfortunately, I was already miscarrying this baby anyway. So this is just going to speed the process up at this point. It's time for the baby to go. I didn't want a baby. And clearly it wasn't in God's plans for me to have the baby. That's why the baby was already...
And she done brought God's name into this. Don't do that. Forgive her, Jesus. Let's go.
Trying to get out of here on her own. You feel me? So let me just swallow this pill and move on with my life because, hey, something just wasn't meant to be. Bye-bye, baby. You will be remembered. Peace out. Hugs and kisses.
Take a look into the face of pure evil, gentlemen. This right here was the monster hiding under your bed as a child. This right here is that noise you hear when you walk through the forest at night. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And we're supposed to build with this, Dr. Umar, right? We're supposed to protect and provide for these. No. Black men need to do what El Guapo did, and let's head down to Colombia or Southeast Asia, maybe go back to Africa and find women who are actually worth it. Because this right here is a creature from the Black Lagoon, or more accurately, a creature from the deepest, darkest pits of hell.
Dang, yo. Dang, bruh. That's so sad. That's so sad. I gotta say, man, this channel's not doom and gloom, but what I'm gonna tell you is that it does me and you no good for me to just sit here and tell you what you want to hear. It does us no good. That's not how we get down. That's not how we operate. There are thousands of channels on YouTube that are there to entertain you. And I entertain you. We're not doing Dancing Girls tonight because it's a serious subject. We're not doing Scotch tonight. Shout out to LaCroix because it's a serious subject. But I promise you, look, I feel a deep, burning responsibility not to lead any of you astray. And that's the truth. Look, here's what's crazy. A lot of times, social media has a really good effect where it actually brings people back to reality. Like, hey, you know what? Maybe I'm tripping and stuff like that. But when I tell you there's spiritual warfare, what you'll see oftentimes is people doubling down on BS. This young lady made a follow-up video. I'm going to let it speak for itself. Let's go.
Brace yourselves, gentlemen, because you are not going to believe what this chick has to say.
Life is just more fun when you don't give a fuck.
Let's go.
No matter what you do in life, someone gonna have something negative to say about it. You cannot please everybody. Do not try to do the right thing. Do not try to make everybody happy. It's impossible. Because you know what's funny? This is why I don't give a fuck. The same people that are mad that I got rid of my baby are the same people that if I was right here, 26 years old, with 5 kids,
Shut the fuck up. 26 years old, 5 kids. Let's go.
the conversation will be, damn, this girl got 5 kids. She ain't married. She just keep having babies. I thought y'all told me to stop having babies without a ring. I did have the baby. Y'all still mad? Y'all gonna always be mad, so I'm never gonna give a fuck. Why the fuck would I care about public opinion when public opinion gonna always be public opinion? Y'all just the public with your dumbass opinions.
That's normal human behavior, right? That's a product of its environment? Or is that madness and an outside entity influencing a normal human being? You know what sucks? What sucks is getting hit by a sucker punch. What sucks is getting hit by a stray bullet. What sucks is playing quarterback and getting hit with a blindside tackle. What sucks is getting T-boned and not seeing it coming in traffic. But it's very, very real. It's very real. And what you just saw right there is serious.
Again, I want to give a shout out to El Guapo over the Beautiful Lies YouTube channel. I'll leave a link down below, pinned to the top comment for the original live stream this clip came from, as well as his channel in its entirety. Stop by, say hi, and tell him I sent you. But gentlemen, I want to say something about this woman because I'm infuriated. I'm infuriated that we're told that we need to protect and provide for such creatures. I'm offended and infuriated when I hear people like Dr. Umar Johnson and the super duper pro-blacks that tell us that we need to rebuild the community with creatures like this, who have no regard for the fruit of their own wombs, who have no regard for their own They love to talk about how dangerous black men are. And I'd imagine there's space at the table to have that conversation. Because Pookie and Ray Ray, who they love so much, who they let themselves get their cheeks clapped by, are often very dangerous men do dangerous things. But you know what? The truth of the matter is, the unpleasant truth that these creatures never want to talk about, is the fact that the most dangerous place for a black woman in America, a black female in America, the two most dangerous places are inside of a lesbian relationship and inside her mother's womb. They don't want to have that conversation. That's too much like right. And there's too much math supporting that point of view that I've just outlined. These beasts walking among us. Amazing that she said that you should never do the right thing. Amazing that she presented what these modern women love to do, which is present us with the classic false choice. She said that if she didn't go and commit first degree, you know what, on two innocent children who've done no wrong and committed no crime. She's saying that if she didn't do that, then she'd be a single mother in her late 20s with 5 kids. Again, gentlemen, this is a tried and true tactic of the false choice, the fake choice. It's not real, because she pretends there isn't 13 different types of contraception available for women. The birth control pill being the most well-known and easiest to access. Most of them are over the counter and available at your local drugstore. Not to mention that there's condoms that she should tell the guys to wear. But she doesn't care. She doesn't care at all, because these guys are raw dogging her like crazy. Because she doesn't care about her own health and safety. She has no problem taking the life of someone whose life it never was hers to take in the first place. I've said it before, and real quick. Somebody's going to ask me, so should she have had the baby? No. A creature like this, a demon disguised in human flesh like this, should never be allowed anywhere near children. Not her younger siblings, not her little cousins, nieces, nephews. Something like this shouldn't be allowed to drive past a daycare, let alone walk inside the building. A creature like this shouldn't be allowed anywhere near the most delicate and the most vulnerable among us. But let me say this. There's not anything in this world stopping her from being as promiscuous as she wants to be, but protecting herself from an unwanted or unexpected pregnancy. Those means have long since been available to us. She chooses not to use them. And moreover, the biggest problem we face here today, guys, and I'll wrap it up with this. The biggest problem we face in our culture are women who are too selfish and too brainwashed by feminism to be any use to us as modern men. Gentlemen, get your passports. If you're looking for companionship longer than an hour at a time, you're not going to find anything worthwhile here, because the ones who were the needle in the haystack to be found have already been found and claimed. We're in bad shape, guys, because the fastest way to destroy any society is to ruin its women. Because when you ruin the women, you poison the well that everyone drinks from. When every woman, or damn near all of them that you come by, have this chick's mindset about a child, 2 of them in her case, what the hell can you possibly build with something like this? You should never waste your resources, certainly not your commitment or your ancestral inheritance, on creatures like this. They prove every chance they get they don't deserve it. Heaven help us, guys. That's all I got for today, fellas. It's my time. Like the video, comment down below. Share with a friend and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Never let your brother suffer in silence when the truth could set him free. Networkers, we working. Until next time.